Okay, so demography means the study of population. Transition means what is the change? What is the change in the population? Okay, so the theory of demographic transition. Okay, according to the T.R. Malthus, he divided population in three stages. Okay, which are first stage, second stage, third stage. In the first stage, high birth rate, high death rate. Okay, in the first stage, he explained that population will be in the first stage before 1920, high birth rate, high death rate. Right. So, and in this, why the high birth rate and why high the death rate? Okay. So, if you look at in that scenario, we will be having agrarian structure of the economy. Okay, agrarian structure of the economy. At the same time, poor diet. There is no food access. Okay, people are not able to access food availability. Okay, that is food is very less amount. At the same time, the standard of living is very low level. At the same time, primitive sanitation. Okay, there is no sanitation well enough. Okay, that is one of the reason, and the lack of education system. We don't have education qualities. People are not educated in that time. Okay, so that is the reason why at the same time health and medicine is very low level, low access. People are unable to access the health facilities and medical equipment and all. Okay, there is no vaccination at all for the any diseases happening. At the same time, superstitions. People used to be follow superstitious. Okay, people used to be believe superstitious thoughts and all those things, and low level of standard of living. So these are the main reasons, factors in positive, the increment in the birth rate, at the same time high rate of death rate. So these are the main factors which are in the stage 1 population transition period. Okay, so let's look at into the second stage, which is high birth rate, at the same time low death rate. High birth rate and low death rate. Here same, but what happens, why the death rate is they are falling here? Because high standard of living or standard of living somewhat improving, and at the same time education also expands, education qualities, education outcomes somewhat increasing. Okay, and medical health facilities also increasing. Okay, medical health facilities are increases, education outcomes are increased, at the same time standard of living also improved somewhat better, so that there is a possibility to decrease in the death rate. Okay, so there is a possibility in the decreasing in the death rate. So that is why the population is explosion. Population explosion. Why? Because birth rate is high increasement. Okay, at the same time, but death rate is somewhat falling. Okay, it is decreasing. Why? Because there is a main reasons behind that. There is a positive aspects, improvement in the standard of living, at the same time education system is somewhat expanding, means improvement in the education qualities, right? And this health and medical facilities somewhat better condition. Okay, in this period after 1921 it is called great dividing year, because after 1921 in this world there is a new vaccination, whatever the diseases are there, so there is a new vaccination came to existence, so that rate is somewhat falling continuously. Okay, and next, so that is why birth rate is increases, death rate is somewhat falling, so that is the reason why the population is increasing very fast, right? So population explosion, which leads to be population explosion, this condition is very hazardous to any nation. Okay, generally in developing countries this problem is being existence in this world, right? So let's look at into the third stage. In the third stage, birth rate is decreasing, at the same time death rate is decreasing. Okay, both are low level. Okay, why it is, why the birth rate is decreasing and death rate is decreasing? Because the agriculture sector to an industrial sector, the people are get aware all those resources and all those things. People are well educated in terms of technology, advanced technology, using the well capital goods and services. So people are well equipped in the technological aspects, so that people are get aware of all those things, agriculture sector to industrial sector, and primitive sanitation to better quality of sanitation, and people are having a better way of standard of living. Means earlier they used to be take very primitive, very less amount of less quality food, So now the people are get aware each and every perspective. They are people aware to utilize whatever the resources in optimum manner. At the same time, the people are whatever the taking food and all those things, it will be better quality water, drinking water, and same time quality of food and all those things, they are get aware of those things. So that is the reason why, so there is a standard of living is increasing and agriculture sector is increasing, whatever the education system somewhat increases, all those things, each and every perspective people are get aware of those things. Who are working in the industrial sector, that will be leads to be people compelled to decrease their family size. Okay, the family size, if somewhat it is very less, so they can manage the resources easily. Okay, so if the family size is somewhat high, so they cannot manage the things, they cannot distribute all those things. Okay, so people already educated, right, so that they try to decrease their family size. Okay, so people are prefer to small family. So that is the reason why the birth rate somewhat decreasing, and that rate generally we are well equipped, better health conditions. Okay, well technological health equipments, each and everything else, and well vaccination and all those things came to existence in this period. Okay, in the third stage. So that is why birth rate is low and death rate is low. Okay, so this is what third stage. And let's look at into the diagram here. Here Malthus explained in this diagram. See, OY axis birth rate and death rate, OH axis time period. Okay, in this first O to T, in this period first stage. First stage, here birth rate and death rate both are same. Birth rate and death rate both are same. Means both are high stage. Birth rate is high stage and low, whatever the death rate is also high. Right? And coming to the second stage here, T to T1. Here see, birth rate is same, high position one, but death rate is decreasing. Death rate is decreasing. Why? Because there is a well vaccination, well food processing, or whatever the food quality, whatever the standard of living, whatever the education qualities. People, each and everything, they are better thinking manner. Okay, superstitious thoughts, all those things, they are given up, at the same time thinking in the practical and rational way of thinking. So that's why the death rate is decreasing. And coming to the third stage, in third stage, birth rate as well as death rate both are decreasing. Why? Because people are well equipped and well innovative way of thinking, at the same time practical way of society, they are thinking. The high population will leads to many consequences, so that if the population is very less, we can manage the resources easily. So, and at the same time they are trying to decrease the population in that manner, so that the family size, they prefer to family size somewhat less. So that is the reason why birth rate is decreasing and death rate generally well equipped medicine and health conditions and all those things, education, whatever the sanitation, each and everything, it is better, so that there is no chance to very diseases and all those things. That is the reason why the death rate somewhat decreasing and birth rate as well as it is decreasing. Right? So this is what theory of demographic transition. Okay, I hope you all clear this topic. If you like this video, please subscribe and share.